Crossing the Line is not a show intended to bully or harass anyone. Do not go out of your way to mess with the authors who write these fanfics. They make what we do possible. Thanks. Enjoy.
God, I had so many iCarly fanfictions I have to sort through.
It's not iCarly anymore.
It's
iCarly cast is over. I don't care if it's coming back.
iCarly Part 2.
They didn't get Jeanette McCurdy for the fappening, so why bother?
Ah, you're right.
The fappening reunion party.
Reunion. There's a story I didn't read last year. And we did the Soul Year episode, and the description is called Death the Kid Does Meth. How could you not have read
Death
that? Does Meth.
I'm really hoping that this episode's not going to be as mind-boggling as the last. But given that this week's subject is a school setting, you know it's going to be.
I really hope I don't get the same author that makes them go through the same hell over and over.
You have to keep your eyes peeled for that stuff.
I'm trying to avoid the OCs. There's so many of them in the school settings.
Yeah, you wanted this.
I just...
Welcome to Crossing
You
the
just
Line.
what? No, do the intro, Steven. You've never done the intro.
Welcome to Crossing the Line, where we read fan fiction for your listening pleasure. My name is Steven Bluebreed. With me I have...
George G. Poole.
Virgil V. Vlogs.
Viva Vlogs.
And let's see, what's our subject today, guys?
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX!
Generation X!
We just watched 2 meandering episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and I've never been more pissed off in my life.
2 episodes. Several episodes apart from each other, and they were both filler. We said, okay, what's your favorite number? 15. So we watched that one. It was a tennis episode. They played tennis.
Jaden played tennis against Sonic the Hedgehog with a bunch of made-up tennis cards.
It was Sonic the Hedgehog's voice actor. And they were made-up tennis cards for sure.
Yeah, I looked it up on their friggin' wiki, and one of the cards was called Deuce, and it had some bullshit rule, and, the picture was very obviously not one they would use, because it was just a fucking background from that scene. But I looked up that card, and on the wiki, in the trivia section, it says this is one of many, however, cards that was, exclusive to the anime.
And then we watched episode 69, and we got a Mike Pollock episode where the Chancellor dueled the Vice Chancellor for the rights to destroy a dormitory. And as the Chancellor, which is the disgusting old man with all the wrinkles in his face, lost life points, they would destroy more of the dormitory. And whenever the other guy lost life points, they would rebuild part of the dormitory. It was very stupid. Chaz is not the cool guy I once looked up to and thought fondly on. He is a dork, a nerd, nerdier than the main cast somehow. Every character has a different accent, and I don't know why. They don't know how to draw muscles.
The whole crux of the episode was okay, we don't like the poor and bad dueling students, so we're going to destroy their dorm. And the Chancellor, the head principal, basically is yeah, you can't do that. They're still students at the school. And they're oh, yeah, well, how about I duel you for it? And he's okay. And then, as they said, as he lost life points, they took a bulldozer to parts of the school. Or the parts of the dorm. Anyways, we got no plots. We didn't learn anything about the characters. It was a waste of time.
Jaden's got a bowl cut. Cyrus is lame. Alexis is a goddess.
I think what's important to think about is how many of the characters, if they just flattened their hair, would have bowl cuts. Honestly. They're just the same haircut sticking up differently.
Before we friggin' started the episode, we caught some friggin' footage of a DS game or a PSP game of friggin' GX?
Oh yeah, we were watching Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Special, Episode 1 on YouTube, but not the YouTube you're thinking of.
I was looking up a special to see if we could catch a 45-minute holiday special, I don't know, something to make it an episode where we see most of the characters and get a plot, but it was just a YouTube video that a child made on his PSP. And
he wrote dialogue in Windows Movie Maker, and then they said, alright, let's duel, and then they started filming their PSP. It was cool. I hope that kid's doing great.
So,
I don't know where that was going.
let's just say that you never notice just how shitty Jaden's hair is until you see it in a 3D model.
Yeah, they didn't give him the little like arc thing on the top of his hair. I guess because that would be annoying to model in 3D, but they just flattened his head. He really looked like Coconut Head.
Coconut head?
Elias, you want to get started since you graced this topic on us?
Yeah. I don't know if I should...
Yes. It's always yes. Unless it's no.
Well, hopefully it's a good start.
You've actually done a lot of questionable things on this podcast.
Okay, well, this is interesting crossover.
That's why we're here.
Author's note: I don't own Yu-Gi-Oh! GX or Call of Duty Black Ops.
You sure?
I say this because I don't think there's any way you would know what these characters were if I didn't give that preface.
That's fair.
Yeah, true.
I don't know Black Ops.
I mean, I haven't even played Black Ops since I was a child. I don't know either, but it was a cold day in the Pentagon. The trees were slowly losing their leaves and all was quiet, except for Hudson, who was yelling at Mason.
We're going hard from the beginning, huh?
What were you thinking? You can't just take the president's car for a simple joyride? People might get the wrong idea that the president is crazy. Hudson screamed, the regular vein popping from his neck. It wasn't that bad. I barely left the road, and only 2 people were injured, Mason said innocently. Mason!
This sounds exactly what Call of Duty characters would do.
Yeah.
Mason, Hudson started. There was 5,382 in damages. This was almost as bad as when you stole a tank from a nearby military compound. Sorry, there was just nothing to do at all. So if you think about this, it happens to be your fault, since you don't allow me to do anything, Mason said with a little frustration in his voice. Then Weaver comes into the room with a pile of stuff.
Weevil Underwood?
Sure. Weevil's made it to the White House.
He's in the Pentagon.
From the original Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, he's a fucking nerd.
The bug man. Little kid.
The bug bastard.
Mail is here. Let's see. Bill. Threat against the U.S. Bill. Assassination threat. Bill. Pamphlet and invitation to Duel Academy. Bill. Weaver said with a bored tone.
You're grown-ups!
Wait, Duel Academy? Who was invited? Asked Hudson.
Jesus.
A person named Alexander, Weaver said dryly. I'm Alexander, and I happen to be the very best duelist in all of Alaska, Mason stated, striking a very bad epic pose. Mason, you're the only duelist in Alaska. Plus, what if we need you for a mission to be bait for the president? Hudson said. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for this. I made my own deck and everything, Mason stated in a very giddy tone.
Made of very real cards based on real weapons.
This adult war hero.
I summoned my spell card, AK-47.
These are just drawings of guns on paper. You can't play these.
The stats are ridiculous. A 4-star monster with 8,000 attack.
And being as we're in the Pentagon, all my weapons cards gain 700 attack points.
My field spell, the Pentagon. Fuck.
I don't know. Since I'm your handler, I can't leave you alone like this on some island with people you don't know, Hudson said
Children?
with concern. Too late. He mailed himself the application while you were rambling to yourself, Weaver said, eating some Hot Pockets.
I could just think of just like 3D models of like CS:GO men.
Yeah.
Having these real conversations.
Just like,
eating Hot
just
Pockets.
like, just Gary's mod turning like
Yeah.
on a dime.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's no easing to any animation.
I don't know. Since I'm your handler, I can't leave you alone like this on some stupid island. Too late. He mailed the application while you were rambling to yourself, Weather said, eating some Hot Pockets. Mason, didn't you take the important issues of what I just said, or are you just that stupid? Hudson yelled, the familiar vein popping out of his neck. Losing my chair.
You really gotta yell.
Okay, let's go to Duel Academy, Mason yelled loud enough to wake the dead as he drags the 2 CIA agents to the helicopter. They're coming too!
Your Mason and Hudson voices are exactly the same. You need to really get a vein in your neck when you play Hudson.
Okay, Hudson just yells.
Uh-huh.
Mason is the one that has the war hero voice.
Mason's the cool guy.
Yeah.
The duelist king of Alaska. Where nobody plays. He just buys the cards because he thinks they're cool.
In another room in the Pentagon. Lock and load, gentlemen. Let's get these Zeds, President Kennedy says to McNarma, Nixon, and Castro.
Castro?
This is like the zombies map. Old president. Hey, Jaden, did you hear some CIA agents is joining the academy today? Said the big bundle of British Bastian Misawa. That wasn't very British.
Yeah,
No, but...
Did you hear the CIA agents are publicly appearing at our school to join and participate in class?
No, but maybe I would care if it wasn't 3 o'clock in the morning, said Jaden Yuki.
Got him. You're really having a hard time.
It doesn't say who's talking, so I'm trying to read ahead, but it still doesn't say who's talking. But there's like a paragraph jump, so I know it's somebody else.
You just gotta feel it out.
It's just gonna be Jaden again. But think about it. Somebody with whose IQ must be almost as high as mine. Click.
That's definitely not Jaden.
Hello, Jaden. Maybe Jim will care more about it. Oh, that was Bastion. Hello, Jaden. Maybe Jim will care more about it, Bastion said, not knowing what he's getting into.
Oh, yeah, Bastion's like the other guy that doesn't like to wear school uniform. He has all the emerald beasts or whatever. Crystal
Everybody,
beasts.
this is Counselor Shepard. I would like everyone to come to the main building to meet the new students, Shepard said over the intercom. Once everyone came to the building, people meet some friends but Bastion, with a newly acquainted black eye, was looking for one person, the CIA agent.
The new students, all these grown men with weaponry.
Yeah.
We're here to learn.
Walking in, fucking decked in Kevlar.
Like, what's that? He's like, oh, so here's my 45. I gotta...
In fucking full, like, attack armor.
I swore I would have seen him, but he didn't come. I thought the black eye was worth it, Bastion said with the tears running down his face. He was about to walk away when he heard the security lock the doors. He was about to tell them to let him when he heard another helicopter coming, so he hid where he was before. Then he saw the Chancellor walk to the helicopter and open it up. My name's Jace. Fucking hell, I gotta read which characters are which again. My name's Jason Hudson. Thank you for your time, Chancellor, Hudson said, shaking the Chancellor's hand. I'm Alex's handler. I hope you know what you're getting into. Yes, I have read his profile, and if he could come this way, he could take the test to find out what dorm he will be in, Shepard said. Hudson, why do I have to come? I'm just a one-eyed Russian that everyone likes to call Cyclops. It's still gonna be Weaver. I don't care what he says about himself.
Damn, you poor man.
Why do I have to come? I don't like dueling.
I left that behind in my youth.
I don't even know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
I haven't played since the original show.
Since Battle City or whatever it's called.
When they finally started playing with real rules.
Weaver said, eating some more Hot Pockets he made on the helicopter's microwave, which is right next to the 42 flat screen.
A fucking party helicopter.
More tests. Didn't I do enough of them when I joined the CIA? Mason said, ignoring Weaver's last question. So they get their own chopper? Of course, since they're the CIA, Bastion said, almost too loud as Hudson looked up where he was. Lucky for Bastion, he looks away before he sees him. After the test, he goes to look around the island, but Hudson and Weaver have to come, and Mason was not happy because of that. Why do you guys have to come with me? I will be without a handler for who knows how long, Mason whines. Why does he want to... I guess he was excited that he would have not had a handler.
But he's the one that dragged them along.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't understand the Call of Duty lore.
I don't know why
Me
Mason
neither.
wants a handler so bad.
Maybe he's lonely.
I just want to know what your surroundings are, since we're not leaving right away, Hudson said, studying Mason's duel monsters. Reading through the deck, screaming at him. Why the fuck aren't we leaving right away? Weaver said, the first time showing emotion during an adventure. Because there's nothing better to do but look at stuff on the island. Wait, Mason, where'd you get this card? That was Hudson, fuck. Because there's nothing better to do but look at stuff on this island. Wait, Mason, where'd you get that card? Hudson taking off his sunglasses to get a better look. I probably made it at my house. Mason never seen this card before, but recognized the man on the card.
God damn it.
It's Seto Kaiba.
Probably,
Kaiba man.
I probably made it. You can't use those cards.
Well, clearly you can. Damn tennis boy can play his tennis cards.
His giant racket.
His deuce card.
Mason, why do you have a card of Reznov in your deck? Hudson asked, completely confused. I don't know. This is the first time I've seen him in a card, Mason says, eyes the size of dinner plates. Ooh, it's shiny and sparkly, Weaver said with stars in his eyes. I mean Reznov, yeah.
What
Listen.
the fuck's Reznov?
He's another army man.
Oh, an army man, you say?
Listen, we have to go. I was just contacted by the president about the undead or some shit, Hudson said. Wait, fuck. I hate this. I hate these fucking American white man names. I don't know what they mean.
You picked the story yourself.
What they mean.
You said Call of Duty. This'll be good.
These names are so forgettable. I hate them.
Hudson, Mason, and Weaver.
Hudson.
Weaver's easy, but Hudson and Mason are just tripping me up for some reason.
Well, who the hell is named Weaver?
He's probably got cool hair in the video game.
Probably. Sounds like the character that would have cool hair.
Listen, we have to go. I was just contacted by the president about the undead or some shit, Hudson said, gripping his nose. At the helicopter. Well, I'll see you later, Hudson.
Duelist Kingdom.
Don't miss me too much, you son of a bitch, Mason said, shaking hands with Hudson and Weaver at the same time.
Calling them both a son of a bitch.
See you later, you pirate! Hudson lets go already. I'm not very fond of the island. It's got a fucking active volcano.
That's true.
Weaver's ready to go. Remember, I will check on you every month and my cell phone is on your phone at speed dial 2. Also, please don't have the cost of damages over $5,000, Hudson said, trying to get all the rules off. Hudson, you sound like my mother. Just go and not excuses for staying any longer, Mason says, pushing him in the chopper and closing the door behind Hudson, slamming the door to the chopper.
You sound just like my mother. You know what I did to my mother?
Alex, Mason, please report to my office when we're to find where you'll be staying, Shepard said.
I thought he was already in trouble.
Shepard's office.
Uh-oh.
Who's Shepard?
Wasn't that the Chancellor?
I think it is, but that's also the name of a Call of Duty character.
I think it's a Call of Duty character.
Why would he be working at Duelist Kingdom?
I'll look up Shepard Yu-Gi-Oh!
I'm already on it. Yes, Shepard is... No, Shepard's that man.
we didn't see him in either of the
Which one?
episodes we watched.
Whoever that is.
Oh, whoever, yeah.
Yeah, Chancellor Shepard. How many Chancellors do they fucking have?
I'll just make him sound like an old man.
That's probably...
Mason, glad you could have joined me, Shepard said, offering a chair for Mason. I must say, you're scored extremely well, and your deck is one of the best-built decks I have seen in a long time. Thank you, Chancellor, but you could just get to the point and tell me where my dorm is. I was in a helicopter for 10 hours, Mason said, resting his head on his fist. And I still need to unpack. Of course, you will be in the yellow dorm, room number 1. The person who lives there doesn't have a roommate, and there are no more spare rooms.
Crowler is the old-faced man.
And here is your uniform. You must wear it to all classes, but you can wear regular clothes on days you don't have classes. Also, there's a rule book, but you won't need it since your roommate is known to drill rules into people's heads, so be prepared. I've been tortured by the CIA before. I think I can handle it, Mason says, getting up and taking his bags with him up the door. I hope he knows what he's getting into. Bastion better watch himself, Shepard murmurs worryingly to himself. I can't believe the principal chancellor guy looked at his deck and said, this is a pretty good deck.
Pretty good for Alaska.
Did they, see him play, or did they just look at his deck and say, you're yellow now?
They said, hey, I want to write a story about Call of Duty and Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
No, the principal.
Yeah.
How does he know he's a yellow student?
He can just tell. He's
Looked
got
at
the
his-
bravado.
Looked at his hand-drawn cards.
He's got the fucking sorting hat in a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
I draw a sorting hat.
Raw dorm room number 1. I guess raw is yellow.
Not Slifer then. Perhaps raw.
Bastion was having a bad day. He got hit in the face by Jim because he can't be happy for having part of the U.S. government Duel Academy. He got locked in the main building and got yelled at because of it. Jaden beat him for the billionth time this month, and to top it off, he's getting a roommate that might mess up his math equations.
I'm so glad the friggin' context of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is there. I thought he just got hit.
I'm glad he's getting fucking bullied by everybody.
God, I hate math, and now I have to live in a place covered in it, Mason complained. Why'd you go back to fucking school, Mason? You knew what you were getting into. This is not all card games.
I hate math. Why'd they let a grown man room with a child? Every student at this academy must follow student protocol. Even if the students are 45.
Hey, buddy, get up and tell me what the hell this crap is doing all over the wall. It is not crap, it is equations that help me find out how to counter and beat my opponents, Bastion said, not getting up. Listen, I'm gonna go take a nap. Wake me up, will you?
I thought he was going to say I'm going to go take a dump.
Oh my god.
There's no punctuation, but it says, wake me up, you will meet a .44 magnum shot in the head, Mason said, falling asleep.
Jesus Christ!
That's
This
the
would be
power
such
of
a
the
great
U.S.
time.
government.
Mason's dream. Mason, listen to me. That card is more than just a card. It has a spirit. And more specifically, my spirit. I will help you in your time of need. And now I won't be a figment of your imagination.
It's Rem Lazar?
Pretending to be where I am not. And the mysterious voice, which happens to have a very familiar Russian voice, Reznov, to be continued.
I draw Rem Lazar.
So his, spirit card is Reznov, the one he drew himself.
That's fucking Digimon! When
Yeah.
Takato fucking drew his own OC and then tried to break his Digivice by shoving his whole notepad in there.
He got mad.
And he got mad and threw a fit, and then it printed out it really 3D printed a Gilmon. Is that the end?
One more chapter.
Okay. I hope Rem Lazar becomes real.
The next morning, when Mason woke up, Bastion was still asleep. Therefore, Mason snuck out to go think about what he dreamed about last night. It was over, wasn't it? Dragovich was dead, and the number station was gone, but Reznov was still there. The goddamn Nazi must have done more than put the numbers in his head. Was there... Maybe you shouldn't be at Duel Academy. I think you have some baggage.
the goddamn Nazi.
Yeah, he's trying to get his life back together, but he can't help but remember the Nazis he fought.
Every morning he wakes up to the school alarm of the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! GX theme song.
What time period is Black Ops in?
I think the Cold War.
That adds up.
What time is Yu-Gi-Oh! GX?
The Cold War.
The Cold War.
So that's why it's a school. We don't want to know what's going on outside of it.
Yeah. They had to really zoom in on this part of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Lore.
This one still shot of the building with 3 different colored domes.
Mason pulled out the card with Reznov on it. It had a picture of Reznov with the jacket he had on when he killed Steiner with his butcher's knife in one hand and a pair of dog tags in the other. Really graphic Yu-Gi-Oh! Card you drew here.
It's like scrawled in pen.
The frickin' principal's going through his deck and he gets to that card and just goes, just keeps going.
You're expelled.
This is gonna be a troublesome student.
He probably sees OC Yu-Gi-Oh cards all the time. It didn't even faze him.
That's true. Yeah, even the faculty uses OC Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah.
But theirs are professionally printed using their taxpayer dollars.
This is still describing the card. He was standing with his arms crossed, looking down at the ground with one eye closed. In the background, it shows the hammer and sickle on fire. It was a 12-star card, ritual summon.
Wait a minute.
What?
Does he have the ritual card for the ritual summon?
I guess we'll see. It was a 12-star card, ritual summon with an effect that makes it that gains 1,000 attack and defense points for every monster card in your own graveyard.
12 star.
That's so much damage. That could be your entire deck.
Yeah, for like a ritual summon, you need to use the ritual card and sacrifice enough monsters with enough star ratings. So that could be anywhere from like 6 to 4, like 3 monsters, just depending.
Yeah, jeez.
They have to add up to 12 stars to be able to summon it. So that's a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
He had an attack of 1,000 and a defense of 1,000. Mason looked at his watch. 6 a.m. Breakfast was just starting and he needed to get something to eat since Hudson did not let him use the microwave in the helicopter on the way here.
Weevil was hogging it for his Hot Pockets.
Do you think the rest of the school gets up at like 6 a.m. military time?
Yeah.
Probably not. Okay.
They run a tight ship. Except you just don't see it because you see the world through Jaden's eyes.
Raw yellow cafeteria.
I don't know if you should put the words raw and cafeteria together.
I'm looking up a character real quick. I have to voice in 1 second. Oh no. Jim is Jim Crocodile Cook.
Yes!
Yo.
Jim, Crocodile,
God,
Cook.
I don't know how to do an Australian accent when I think about it.
Give it your best shot. Offend as few people as possible.
So what you're saying is that this CIA agent is your roommate and you couldn't sleep last night because he was saying numbers in your sleep, Jim said, rubbing his temples with his hands. Precisely. And not only is he saying numbers in his sleep, he also started talking in Russian like he knew he was talking to himself in a different point of view, Bastian said. Well, aye, mate. You have this thing called a concussion, which is mere cracking of the skull, which can make you see and hear things that are not real. Jim explained.
He explained that injury is a mere cracking of the skull.
Why is Jim Crocodile Cook more medically inclined than anyone in the U.S. government?
Australia is dangerous.
Jim
That's
explained,
true.
looking for a way to get out of this conversation. You don't understand, he was really saying those things, and I think there's a serious problem with him, Bastian explains, not noticing Mason walking up behind him.
That dude just roams around school facilities with a damn crocodile tied to his back.
He's a freaking, that's his weapon.
He's
I'm
cool.
sure Mason's got a gun on his back.
I hope he's got a Cybertech alligator in his deck. That'd be sweet.
Yo.
Yeah. Who has a serious problem? Mason says, sitting down.
Who has a serious problem?
Bang! Who?
He smashes his breakfast out of his hands.
Don't
onto
make
the
me.
floor. Boom!
I'm about to merely crack your fucking skull.
Sits down next to him and slides his lunch tray off the edge of the table.
Crushes his carton of milk in his hand. The straw shoots out.
What a mess.
You do! I was up all last night thinking you were talking to yourself about numbers and speaking to yourself in Russian, Bastian yells, trying to make a point. Hey, with the eye patch. I don't think you hit him hard enough, Mason smirks while eating a slice of bacon. I think you're right. The name's Jim Cook, by the way, and this little beauty here is Shirley, Jim says, putting out his hand. Is that him talking about his alligator, I assume?
Yeah, but he didn't acknowledge it.
He just said it. He's assuming he's aware.
I don't know. Mason seems pretty slow.
Name's Alex Mason, Mason says, shaking Jim's hand. Never saw a real crocodile before, especially not as a pet. I don't think of her as a pet, more like a family member. Never been anywhere without her, Jim explains. Saved her from some poacher's trap when I was just a kid. That how you lost your eye then? Mason asks, pointing at the bandage. Yeah, why are you asking? Jim asks back. My friend Weaver also lost his eye, except this guy had a combat knife, Mason started. And because there wasn't a hospital for miles, we just put some duct tape over it. It cuts to Slither's cafeteria.
Slifer?
It says Slither.
Okay.
Probably Slither.
It's probably Slither, but it was probably an autocorrect. It's probably going to be a lot of Slither.
Jaden, it's his first full day here. Do you really need to duel him already? It's not like you don't have time to do it later, Cyrus asks. Cyrus, if I don't duel him now, I know something will happen that will make it so I can't duel him. Jaden's like pointing his gun on a student or something.
Yeah, he's already causing trouble.
Gotta go, Cyrus. See you later. He'll never learn, will he? Cyrus says. Later on. Mason was walking around randomly around the island, still wondering where the cards came from. It makes no sense where this card came from. I looked through my deck 10 times on the ride here, and it was not in there. Somebody must have stuck the card in there while I wasn't looking. I bet it was that British guy who's in the same room as me, Mason thought to himself. You haven't figured it out yet, Mason? The card said. What the fuck? Mason yelled, pulling out the card. This card just talked.
4 kids would never let that happen.
Mason! Hey, we need to duel right now, Jaden says, jumping out of nowhere. Get your game on. Listen, kid, my card just talked to me, so I'm gonna go lay down for a while.
He just got up.
You have cards to talk to you too? Awesome! This duel is gonna be awesome!
He's like
yelled.
fucking Trunks in the last episode where he wants to go to school, but then he ignores all of school because he knows everything, so he doesn't interact with school. He just wants to be there.
Check out our iCarly episode for more on Trunks Goes to School. If I duel you, will you leave me alone? Mason not liking to give in to things like this. All right, get your game on, Jaden exclaims. I'll even introduce you to my winged Karibo if you win. Duel.
Okay.
And then it describes an entire duel with actual life point breakdowns and spells and codes. I'm not going to read that. The end.
Who wins?
Oh, sorry.
You can't just leave us on a cliffhanger like that.
And then he tore.
And one of the few times there's an actual.
It actually has the thing it's building up to.
Yeah.
And then he tore the winged Karibo in half. The end.
Okay, the final hit is Reznov walks up to Elemental Hero Flame Winged Man, punches him in the face, grabs him by the neck, looks into his eyes, pulls out his butcher's knife, and shoves it through Wingman's chest.
Jesus. It's a pretty brutal 3D animation.
And then the next line is, "That was the most amazing duel I've ever been in," Jason excitedly says. Wait, why do we have Jaden? They just meant to say Jaden. Really? I never would have guessed, Mason says, putting his deck away.
So Mason won?
Yeah. His frickin' soldier card killed the monsters for real.
Let's go.
The card's actually caught on fire on Jaden's duel disc.
Are you kidding me? As long as it's a good duel, I don't care if I lose, Jaden says, not getting the sarcasm. I must say, that was an amazing duel, you two. Someone said, walking up to them. It was Alexis. Hey Alexis, how's it going?
Mason's gonna be so horny for Alexis.
I'm fine. Who are you, though? Alexis asked Mason. Alex Mason, CIA, Mason says, putting out his hand, which Alexis accepts.
He's such a big, friendly boy.
I now totally get why your deck is like that now, Jaden says, having an epiphany. Did he tell him some war stories while they were having a duel?
I don't know. We missed it.
Trust me, it was very dry looking and long. Anyways.
Jaden summons Elemental Hero, then he plays a card, and there's a trap card, and 22 minutes later.
He keeps saying DEF CON a lot for some reason.
He keeps saying Def Jam New York.
Anyways, I need to go now. See you two around, Mason said, waving them goodbye. He seems to be hiding something. I just don't know what it is yet. Alexis
just
says.
met him!
Already suspicious of this man.
To be fair, it's a grown man going into this school for card games.
Fair enough.
That's kind of raising some eyebrows.
Okay, now it's over for real.
Woo!
I keep forgetting that nobody could possibly know who Rem Lazar is who listens to this podcast.
Why not?
We'll do a Rem
We've never
Lazar.
talked about him before.
We can do a Write Your Own where we just do Rem Lazar.
It's like a straight-to-DVD children's movie. I think. I don't actually know where it came from.
It's like part, possibly movie, possibly like TV pilot, anything really. The power of the quixotic medallion is not to be trifled with. Don't Google Rem Lazar.
Okay, I was gonna say spell it, but never mind.
I rate that story 6 out of 47 as an AK-47.
Well, I gotta say, I appreciate that it actually went somewhere and got to where it led up to, and had a couple places like the Pentagon and then the Duel Academy. So that was a good adventure.
True.
I rate that one cafeteria meal with Jim Crocodile Cook.
That was the most like articulated we've ever reviewed of fan fiction on this show. 80 episodes in, and we finally like give proper critique.
I rate that a very making light of a very serious cranial injury out of 7.
Incredible.
Let's see, I can go next if you want. All right.
Hit it with us, big Steve Areno.
Let's go. Vince remembered all too well the failures of his past ventures, from the XFL to the WBF
That's
to
Vince.
to Raw Deal and even Scooby-Doo. But this time would be different, Vince thought. He was going to partner with one of the most popular card games and animes currently running today.
You just got it.
Working together with Konami, a video game was forged that many believed would revolutionize the world. Capitalizing on the popularity of virtual reality, Konami partnered with WWE to release a brand new Tag Force game set in a realistic virtual world.
Damn, Tag Force 6?
Damn.
Holla.
Let's go.
I just can't imagine how this would work.
What do you mean?
They'll explain it, I'm sure.
I like that it's thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh! In the real world.
Yeah.
I just got to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
I like Vince just saying, what do the kids like?
Scooby-Doo was a big failure.
Why is this Yuggia, huh?
Yogi.
Yogi.
Yogi Bear?
I guess that's how the Jetsons one happened.
Yeah. No, Vince just went for things he likes.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I mean that happened.
That's why they did Surf's Up 2, Wave Mania.
I love Surf's Up.
He really wanted to be an otter.
I want a Vince McMahon video essay on the fucking nuances of Surf's Up so badly.
Make it.
Mike, I want him to make it.
No!
Make it pretend to be him giving the essay.
You see, the waves are actually a metaphor for the waves of time and how they take so much from us. From me, specifically. I was a damn otter!
Now we get to Surf's Up 2. Here's where it gets good.
The first movie, 6 out of 10. But Surf's Up 2.
Oh, shit.
Bet you didn't think we'd be covering both movies in this 3-hour-long review.
You need to watch that next week, holy shit.
I would happily watch Surf's Up 2 until I get mad and don't want to watch it anymore.
This will probably be very quick.
It's okay, I'm sure it'll continue and we'll all be on our phones before it ends.
As long as John Heater's back, that's all I care about.
I'm sure there's a very good John Heater impersonator. I'm sure they asked WWE for their best John Heater impression. and they just went through the entire roster. And they all just did Napoleon Dynamite impressions.
I'm sure Triple H just went, I'm a chicken, dude.
Try to get any of those muscle men to do his voice.
Undertaker goes, vote for Pedro.
Oh my lord.
Was there a Santino Marella penguin?
I don't think so, no. It was like Paige,
Damn.
Triple H,
Oh, Paige
Undertaker.
is a hot penguin, though.
I know, right,
Does
bro?
the Undertaker penguin wear a big cloak?
Yeah, he has a hat,
And a hat.
a hat with seaweed as his hair.
Aw,
He's cool.
I didn't need to know that. Sorry I asked.
Yes, you do.
I at least like that. It's clever with like the seaweed hair. It's better than the John Cena penguin that's just a big penguin with sweatpants.
He has a buzz cut that John Cena doesn't have.
How do you wear sweatbands in the ocean?
It's true, they would get immediately soaked.
Waterlogged immediately.
Gets weighed down.
Big fucking juicy sweatbands full of seawater.
We got Please continue reading. We really got on a bad tangent.
I'm sorry, as you can see, we're all very passionate about WWE crossovers.
It's a gold mine. The Scooby-Doo ones aren't bad.
I like the Scooby-Doo ones. The Jetsons has one good joke in the beginning, and then the rest is trash.
The Flintstones is hard to sit through. They drew the cursed Fred Flintstone front angle that Hanna-Barbera swore to never do.
This game would be set in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX anime, spanning all 4 seasons and allowing players' actions to drastically change and shape the story.
When the fuck was this written?
2012? 2017, okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Vince McMahon's still thinking about Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
They're on Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal by that point. At least. Probably on Brains by then. Jesus.
To add a bit of the WWE aspect into this game, players were given the option to insert any of their favorite superstars from the past or present as fellow Academy students.
Okay. I thought they were going to be cards.
Me too.
I can't imagine any wrestlers wearing the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX uniform.
Drawn with those big shoujo eyes.
They'd be bulging out of their freaking vests.
I'm sure they're all stylized. Like Cena's fucking sleeves are ripped off so you can see his sweatbands.
Hulk Hogan's very old, but also a student. Why do all these stories of grown men going to duel school?
You're never too old to duel.
That's fair.
The game's rated E.
How expensive is Duelist Academy? Do you have to get a scholarship by being picked?
I would assume so.
It's like a nice normal school also, I think.
It's on an island.
Yeah.
The game was entitled GX vs. WWE Tag Force Infinity.
Yo.
Yeah.
That's like a fucking Capcom title.
That is. With the front cover showed Jaden, Yuki, and AJ Lee. Why AJ of all the freaking divas?
It was 2017.
True.
She was hot back then. She kissed Kane on the mouth and he went...
That was forever ago, though. That was like 2014.
You don't know what you're talking about.
When you mother...
Well, what women do you want, Steven, huh?
Asuka.
In 2017?
Yes.
Get real.
She was at her peak in like 2016.
I don't remember.
The day of the game's official launch, a young man with messy black hair and hazel-colored eyes stared attentively at his computer screen. As a video fired up on the screen, the background was pitch black. Suddenly, a bold lettered white font appeared on the screen. Konami presents. The font faded as we saw a fast-moving camera shot of a bright sunny sky. The black screen appeared as new text appeared on the screen. Based on the hit anime directed by Hatsuki Tsuji.
Hit, huh?
And produced by Toei Animation.
What?
The screen...
Toei did not do that.
I think they're saying, the animation in the game is produced.
But Toei doesn't do games.
Don't know.
This is the third time today I've had to Google Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Anyhow, the screen faded, showing another fast-moving camera shot, this time showing an airplane flying high in the sky. The screen faded to black yet again before showing the image of a wrestling ring with bright text appearing on the screen. In partnership with Vince McMahon and the WWE. The screen went black again, as white text again appeared on the screen. In 2017, Mankind finally, the screen faded, showing a camera shot of a deep blue ocean. It did the black fade again, built a full virtual environment. The screen faded, showing the camera focused on that same blue ocean, but the camera slowly started to pan up, showing an island. As the camera panned even further, we start to see a building. After several seconds of panning up, the camera freezes, showing an island with an arena-like building on it. Suddenly, the words GX flew onto the screen, followed by verses appearing next to it, followed by the words WWE, the words. Another image flew onto the screen below, reading Tag Force Infinity.
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX was made by Studio Gallup.
Never heard of them.
They did Kiki's Delivery Service,
What?
Night on the Galactic Railroad, Rurouni Kenshin, Touch, The Dagger of Kamui, Castle in the Sky.
Must have done it with Studio Ghibli.
They've got a subsidiary called Dong Woo Animation.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Dong Woo!
Woo!
Ric Flair's very own.
A final image flew on the screen below that one. It read, "The first full-on VR RPG." The video clip ended as the camera showed a helicopter panning over the city streets of New York, where a long line wrapped all the way around the mall. "Hi there, it's time for this week's RPG stream," a peppy female voice called to the young man's headphones. "You just saw a promo video for the long-awaited release of today's featured game," the voice spoke as the camera zoomed in on the line. "And this is what today's launch looked like. Can you guess what everyone is waiting in line for?" she asked. "GX versus WWE Tag Force Infinity!"
Damn, Konami saved.
Everyone's waiting in line.
As they should be.
The camera showed a shot of several guys in a group photo smiling as they held up copies of their game. "The first person stood in line for 3 days prior to launch.
Oh, no.
But hey, if you're a true gamer, that's what you do." I can't lie.
That's a valid point.
I've seen far worse. We all know the friggin', what is it? The roots of Rich Alvarez, lined in them making fucking Mario costumes to wait in line for the Wii.
As any mortal man would.
Let's see here. On today's episode of the RPG stream, we'll be covering the internationally famous GX vs. WWE Tag Force Infinity.
Not even calling it Yu-Gi-Oh!
Internationally famous, as if, like, WWE is, oh my lord.
Of course, they've done all those Saudi Arabia events.
Fair enough. Up till now, none of the VR gear-enhanced video games have taken advantage of the possibilities of the hardware, but GX vs. WWE Tag Force Infinity promises to change all of that.
We don't even know what the game is!
Tag Force Infinity was created as a joint project by Konami and Electronic Arts.
Yes, you've said that. Wait, EA now?
EA.
Oh no. They're gonna put in the microtransactions.
Oh no.
Put your OCs in the card game.
You know what? I could see it. Fucking Vince. Jesus Christ.
99 cents per WWE superstar.
What's wrong? Just buy 60 of them for $60.
Oh, you ran out of plays. You gotta pay to play the game more today.
If you want more turns in the duel, you have to pay, or else you're gonna lose.
You can just buy life points if you're bad at the game.
That's a real one.
That is. You can buy Pot of Greed mid-duel.
Buy the banned cards DLC.
Pay the restricted fee to have more than one restricted card in your deck.
Pay to win fucking Exodia.
So you can have 3 of each Exodia piece in your deck.
Fucking hell. This is the VR RPG that you, me, and everyone else has been waiting for. The beta testers all say it's incredible. I wish I could have gotten a copy. The first testing was limited to only 1 copy. Yeah, the beta testers, the one motherfucker.
I wish I could have got that 1 copy.
The one singular test copy. They have one man who can test this game, and it's Vince McMahon. I don't understand what the cards do, but it's pretty cool looking.
This game's too hard. Make it again.
They just gave him Forbidden Memories on PS1 and told him that's what they're doing. said, "This looks great."
The magician girl's pretty okay.
Where do the wrestlers come in?
Where's the wrestling?
I play change of heart and back out of this deal.
That would have been a pretty base way for him to leave.
Just drops a change of heart card and storms
On
out.
the business table.
He always keeps that for his business deals.
Yu-Gi-Oh or otherwise.
Those fans in line snapped them up, and online the game sold out in seconds, and you can see why it sold out so quickly when you understand everything that this game has to offer. Not only is it the first fully perfected VR experience where players can experience real emotions in the game through the VR gear's advanced sensors.
Pardon?
Forced emotions?
Forced emotion.
It drills negative or positive emotions into your brain.
Oh, Lord.
It feeds the chemicals your brain needs to produce different emotions.
It's okay when you win the game, it gives you Adderall, so you're on a fucking high.
Yes! Yes, I did it, The Undertaker!
You did it, kid.
The demon!
It's just like a deep fake of The Undertaker.
I want to see Vince McMahon go on Hot Ones.
A wombo edit of his face.
Don't you want to see that 70-year-old man eat hot wings?
Me too, I do.
Just get incoherent and start talking about nothing and have to edit it down.
Vince, don't go for the milk! Don't go for the milk!
Cut up so hard it looks like a YouTube poop.
Be red in the face.
Touching a tree in this game doesn't feel like you're touching some virtual object. No, it actually feels like the real thing. Your hand can't actually feel the toughness from the oak of the tree. Can actually feel the toughness from the oak of the tree.
What does this have to do with either IP?
Look,
Why do you need free roam?
This is what bad games do. They talk up the friggin'
Ah, it's an
visual-
Unreal Engine.
Yeah, there we go.
Graphics are very good.
The Undertaker standing in a field of grass next to Jade and Yuki.
It's freaking
This is
T-posing
model
and
from like
Frostbite.
SmackDown vs. Raw 2011.
Jesus Christ.
And then the PSP Jaden model with the bowl cut. They're all just standing there as the wind blows grass beneath their feet. What?
Alright, so your hand can actually feel the toughness from the oak of the tree, and if you're dumb enough to bang your head into the tree, the VR gear transmits real pain signals into your head.
Whoa, it really does do that thing we were talking about.
Making the experience all the more real.
You can fucking die in this VR experience.
You can feel your life points draining.
Somebody can bully you and give you a real concussion.
What if the Undertaker tombstones you? Do you
You
feel
can
your
really get picked up in Tombstone.
You feel like you're upside down, you get your head smashed into the ground.
It forces blood into your skull so you feel like you're upside down.
Good thing all we can do is play card games in VR.
The VR headset is also 3 feet tall to house all of this technology.
How cumbersome for all this gear.
This VR headset is like a fucking huge thing connected to this big modem.
Imagine spending 3 days in line only to realize you need so many peripherals for this to work.
What if Kane shows up in the fire and says you're all trapped here and they can't take off the VR headset?
Oh no.
He says, you have to beat me in a duel or else you go to the Shadow Realm.
WWEO.
Can you feel getting speared by Edge?
Probably.
She just
Shocks
gets
his
shot
stomach.
right in the stomach.
Oh, I thought that was the Simone Spike.
No. Oh!
Oh.
A direct strike into your fucking...
They have a mallet that comes down and gets you in the stomach to emulate
Oh! Your mom's in the other room as you're in there playing. And you're like, oh!
She comes in and you're like asking you questions and you can't breathe, so you can't respond.
You can't even comprehend the world outside of you.
Oh, fucking... You should not have said Simone's.
Knock the air out of you.
They have a fucking pinball launcher that gets you in the throat for the Simone Spike. What a fucking horrible idea.
We're watching watching this one video game trailer and losing your mind.
These children are getting mauled.
These two big gloved cartoon hands connected to robot arms crawl out of the VR and smash you in the back with a steel chair, and then drop duel cards on you.
Your own chair.
There's
The back of your chair like levers backwards and then smacks back against you.
There's a huge line and only one beta copy because it's just one room full of people in green scoots beating you up.
When do I get to the dueling? This is the dueling.
But it also gives players the ability to change and alter the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! GX universe starting from Season 1.
Okay.
Will you... That fucking reaction.
Okay. Change everything. At this point, why does it matter?
Will you add the White Veil card into your deck and start helping others see the light right away? Or perhaps you want to use the Shocker Collars like Zane to truly punish your opponents? Players have the ability to duel with their very own fully customized deck, and they can even create up to 5 of their very own custom cards to use in the game.
Where does WWE come in?
Each custom card is put through the system and is scanned to make sure it's not too overpowered. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, and fucking Smash Online does good friggin' picking. Oh my lord.
I'm sure they just don't. You can't like what? How?
You have to draw your card art with a mouse.
Yeah.
You can't import images.
Just draw text that says "fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." It gets through the pass, I'm sure.
All the mods.
The drawing actually says the real rules of the card on it.
You draw a card with a hammer and sickle in the background and a large Russian man with an AK-47.
The drawing.
It's a 12-star card.
Oh my lord.
It's a ritual summon.
The drawing just says if I draw this, I win instantly on the drawing, so they can't scan the text.
And that's not all. You can even try to romance any of the characters found in game.
Any?
Okay.
Alexis Rose even?
Dark Magician Girl.
Alright, I'll romance AJ. Why not?
The Undertaker?
Combine this with a story that is ever-changing based on your actions, and you've got yourself a recipe for a truly fantastic game, the girl happily stated.
I know a fake marketing cell when I hear one.
There's some cyberpunk shit, I'm not gonna lie. Wait! The girl called out.
Don't go!
I've just received word the game servers are set to go live in 10, 9, 8, 7,
It's
6,
not out yet!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, she declared. That's right, people. Those of you who own GX versus WWE Tag Force
One
Infinity
beta tester!
can now officially enter the
You
game.
can now play it. No, all the people online that had copies were posting the pictures of it.
Oh.
So grab your VR gear and jump on, the girl announced. The boy quickly ended the video and took his headphones off. He grabbed a cord, plugging it into his Xbox cord, stretched all the way out to his bed. The boy jumped into his bed and laid down as he slipped his VR gear helmet over his head.
He's gonna get a bed sore.
Kirito from
Among
Sword
other
Art Online.
sores. He is a boy and he's probably wearing all black.
Kirito.
Making peppercini.
It did describe him as having black hair. Oh
Could be.
no.
He's the only boy that can play VR.
Oh fuck.
The only anime boy that can afford it.
He is the only one I've seen play it laying down.
That's true.
Oh god. Let's see here. Through the lens of the nerve gear, the boy could see a time on the clock that read on the left side, with a battery charging symbol on the right, indicating it had connected to his Xbox One.
Kirito has an Xbox One.
I'm so pissed off right now.
Why does he have an Xbox? Why doesn't he have a PlayStation?
A soft, slow...
If I don't see The Undertaker in 5 minutes...
A soft, slow beeping noise played in his ears. The beeping noise steadily picked up in speed. Soon, the beeping became furious, rapidly beeping faster and faster. Then the beeping suddenly stopped as the boy saw a white background in front of him.
Listening to binaural beats.
After a few moments, a pink block flew in front of his face. This was followed by a green block, then a blue block. Suddenly, a rapid-fire variety of green, pink, and blue blocks started flying in front of his face.
The game broke.
One of the rectangles popped up in front of him with the word touch inside one of them, while the word sight appeared in the other. The words faded, replaced by OK, signifying the sight and touch functions were working. Let's see here. And then
Hasn't he learned his lesson?
Yeah, I know, right?
When will he stop playing VR games?
Then a third and fourth rectangle appeared with the words smell and pain. And then it changed to an OK, indicating that they were working.
Okay.
He smacks his wrist really hard.
The language option appeared on screen. English, the boy called it out. Next.
Okay.
Next.
I guess this is dub Kirito, we've decided.
Oh, Lord.
English.
Text on screen is in Japanese, but he says English out loud.
Next,
English. Next up came the account creation screen and all that shit. Let's see. With that done, a confirmation screen appeared asking him if he accepted the terms and services. Yes,
the boy called out.
He didn't read them.
Classic gamer move.
Oh my lord. The screen turned completely white again as new black text appeared. Height and weight analysis. Please follow the instruction as they appear on the screen. After a few moments, text appeared asking him to touch his left arm all over, then his right arm, followed by his left shoulder and right shoulder. Next came his neck, then chest and stomach. Then when he was finished, the screen turned white again. Lower body scan beginning.
Uh-oh.
It analyzed him and
His penis.
character creation finished.
Touch your balls, touch your prostate.
Don't worry, the VR headset can handle that for you.
Take off your pants and look down, Kirito.
Real anal stimulation.
After a few moments, a screen appeared showing the player's deck appearing empty, and
Showing
next
the player's dick.
Why you got your deck out, Yug?
We now own a picture of you.
If you do not want this picture to meet in social media, you will comply with our demands.
With our
We'll do 20 push-ups. 20 real push-ups.
The VR helmet stays on. Will yourself out of bed.
That one didn't count.
it fucking hassles him while he does it.
I need to see some perfect L's.
I guess you don't want to play.
Shutting off now.
No, wait.
I can do it.
This is the WWE part of it.
cracking disc now.
Oh, I thought you meant the disc in his back.
Removing disc now.
Slipping disc now.
Oh my god, that's horrible. They have one of those fucking reflex tomahawks that just jabs into his back.
Poor Kirito. He just wanted to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Meets WWE.
Infinity.
Wasn't ready for the WWE part.
It's true, he's very unhealthy.
True.
Next to it, a screen containing all of the cards used from the end of the last Yu-Gi-Oh! GX season, all the way to the first episode of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. A warning screen appeared. Current forbidden cards. Cyber Dragon locked to Zane Elemento Heroes, locked to Jaden. Winged Karibo locked to Jaden.
That's not fair.
Neospacians locked to Jaden. Yubel locked to ? Roids locked to Cyrus. Ancient Gear locked to Crowler.
That fucker cannot own the ancient gear.
I can own the ancient gear. There's nothing the Undertaker can do to say about it.
They just makes the gear deck useless.
Blue Eyes White Dragon locked to Kaiba. Dark Magician locked to Yugi. Dark Magician Girl locked to Yugi.
Fuck!
This is a shit game. I would have thrown
Yeah,
this shit
that's
away.
so many cards. Just like right out from the get-go saying, you cannot play with these cards.
These are all the
Be original, you idiot.
right. You can't just lock off the like signature ones everyone recognizes.
Magnus is laying in the doorway, so I can't close the door.
Such is life.
He found a loophole finally.
Yeah.
Just close it with him in it.
Pinch.
Squeeze him out like
Bonk.
Elastigirl.
Banging against the side of his butt and said, "Get out."
There we go. It's here.
Oh, Blackluster Soldier locked to Yugi. Dark Magician of Chaos locked to Yugi. Flame Swordsman locked to Joey. Harpies Ladies locked to Mai. Cyber Angels locked to Alexis. Egyptian God cards locked to question mark. Sacred Beast locked to
Kaiba.
question mark. Probably. Well, it like mentions his name. I don't know.
I fucking hate that this turned into Sword Art Online.
I know. I did not expect that. That was not in the friggin' genres.
Wasn't even popular in 2017.
Why is WWE part of this? Is Vince McMahon wearing the VR?
Probably.
Did he make his model taller than he is in real life?
I hope so. I hope he's like a giant.
He used his admin powers.
Do you see his giant strut shaking the ground?
His deck is full of blue eyes and dark magicians and elemental heroes.
He's the one character who all cards are unlocked for. After several moments, the warning screen faded. Card creation. Begin card 1. Card type. Monster, he called out. The boy set out to create his own set of level up monsters based around Icy as the main character of his unique set. He spent several long minutes perfectly creating his favorite character. When he finished his creations, he ran them through the scanner, verifying that they were acceptable. The system accepted all of his cards. After his which Ted set out creating his very own Toon-inspired deck. He was shocked to find a lot of the newer Toon cards, even cards that never appeared in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, were readily available.
I hope that he made his own custom cards of his wife and daughter,
Oh my god.
so that way she can be in this game too, like every other game somehow. Her fucking code.
The boy began designing his very own Toon deck to utilize his favorite archetype. When he was finished, a smile crossed his lips. His Toon deck was finished, but was still missing one key card.
White Veil, he called out with a smirk.
He would look really bad in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Art style. His hair's so flat,
I can't see him with a long nose, you're right.
long nose, big eyes,
Oh my god. Big
strong
eyes.
jaw.
Shading, constant shading and highlighting. The White Veil card appeared on screen and he eagerly added it to his deck.
Finish, he called out as the deck edit screen faded, replaced by a new screen. Monster Spirits. A player may have up to 3 Monster Spirits based on exciting cards within their deck. Please choose Monster Spirits now, the screen stated. Toon Guardian Ethos, Toon Dark Magician Girl, and Toon Icy.
The loophole. Toon Dark Magician Girl.
It's gonna fucking blacklist him. After several moments, the title screen appeared. Welcome to GX vs. WWE Tag Force Infinity.
Where's the WWE?
The title screen faded as a vortex hole appeared in front of him. The vortex hole seemed to be pulling him into the virtual world. After several moments, the vortex faded, and the boy found himself standing in a virtual reality version of an airport.
Just like Digimon, he
The
loops in.
end.
Whoa.
I was getting really bored there.
I was getting pissed off, honestly.
I hate when they write their own rules and they have to go through a whole fucking tutorial setup in the fiction of the world.
Same, that was shitty. I'm so mad there's no WWE people in here.
Vince is there.
Vince is there at very least.
I rate that a Surf's Up 2 out of Surf's Up.
I rate that Kirito coming down to his wife and flexing his muscles talking about the WWE game.
I rated fucking 48 hours of him constantly sketching his own cards and scanning them in.
Yeah, why didn't Kirito go into WWE All-Stars? Why didn't he just create a character
I know,
and not put
right?
on the VR helmet?
His CAW.
He's got to be so malnourished.
With every new installation of Sword Art Online, Kirito gets weaker.
There is one card, so powerful, so dangerous, so uncontrollable, it could even defeat Yugi. It was locked away forever, until now.
Yugi, we've only got one chance left!
With the future at stake, the world turns to one person, Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. And when you see Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, you can receive one of 4 special Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards you can't get anywhere else. Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. Rated PG. Now playing. Only in theaters.
Steven, I tagged you in a thing when they were saying, hey, we're looking for people to commission for Real Honey Pop stuff. I don't think you saw it.
I don't think I did.
You
no.
could have worked with the Real Honey Pot. Ain't that something?
Probably still
That
could. I
happens.
doubt he would
That's
take you up
true.
on
You could say,
if you're
hey,
interested.
I've got 6 figures, idiot.
Idiot.
Hire me.
Gimme.
If you want to play, I'm sure Dakota would Steam share with you, and then you could make porn about it.
There we go.
Well, hey, it's your turn to read Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Fanfiction. G-Pool.
You have more followers than the official Honey Pop Twitter.
Yo.
That's cool.
That means they're entitled to be your bitch.
Gimme right now.
That's nice.
Steven, what are your fans officially called?
Well, I don't have a name for them. They're just fans.
The blue balls.
Blue Breed Army. Attack.
Attack.
Blue Breed Army.
Destroy.
Blue Ball Army.
Fetch me their game and their all credit for it.
You could just tweet somebody buy me Honey Pop 2 and you'd get a copy.
Oh my lord.
That's true.
I'm sure someone would probably do that, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could ask,
I'm sure you
I'm
could
sure-
be abusing your power a lot more than you do, which is not at all.
which is good of you to not do that.
But you should just still do it some.
I think that if you did want to do a commission for the Honey Pop fan Twitter or for Honey Pop's Twitter, you could probably ask for a review copy. As I know it sounds silly, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind. You say, "Hey, I've been wanting to play your game. Could I have a copy of it so I can do some art for it?"
Yeah, fair enough.
But then they also have to pay him for the art.
Also pay me for the art.
No, because they were looking for people to do like merch stuff, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that would be dope if you guys could do a merch collab.
Yeah, eggs
be-
and baskets.
that would be
we
big.
we probably cut back in somewhere in that long spiel. Anyway, it's getting hot in here, so I'm gonna jump into this. Hallway. Triple H is strolling through the hallway when he hears a savage roar followed by some fighting, random objects chattering, and something getting torn. Doors open and Tanya comes out. Let me guess. Your blind date didn't go too good? Of course not. You put me with a loser like The Miz.
Another one.
And this one in particular, it's like written like a character line.
Like a script.
And this one is affiliated to Triple H in parentheses as Peter Griffin.
What the?
Well, time to hit the old Destiny Trail.
Hang on!
It's affiliated as Triple H as Peter Griffin, doing a Peter Griffin impression from classic episode where he says, time to hit the old Dusty Trail.
I'm hurting. Oh my god.
Triple H leaves. The Miz comes out of the green room, beaten up and with lipstick kisses on his face, presumably by Tanya, and is breathing heavily. The Miz angry. What did I do to you? Tanya. Sorry, Miz, you aren't husband material. Punches Miz in the face and knocks him out cold. Locker room. Who the fuck's ADR? Alberto Del Rio.
Oh, okay.
You know who's going to blame for your lack of championship gold, Jameis? John Cena. That's how it's written. It says John Cena. I'm not racist.
Sorry, feller. I ain't stooped enough to fall for ye mind games. If you want to take out Cena, do it yourself. Don't say I didn't warn you. You'll be sorry you didn't take me seriously. Same to you, feller.
Sheamus and ADR in an anime stare down and our chibi. Del Rio and Ricardo walk away. Sheamus says, jackass. Tanya, you're telling me. Sheamus gets a full look at Tanya and he likes what he sees.
Even in chibi.
Sheamus, in parentheses, wets his pants.
What?
My God, where have you been all my life?
That's disgusting.
Revolting.
Hey, Sheamus, mind telling me when the wedding is?
Sheamus, angry yet embarrassed.
Shut up, Cena!
I thought he was gonna say, mind telling me what's in your pants?
Piss!
Come, Cena!
It's coom!
Oh, shit.
Cena. For the record, she's very needy in the relationship category. Besides, you marry her, you'll get a lot out of it. Oh, really? And what would that be, feller? Think about it. The Celtic warrior, Sheamus, with the Amazoness tiger, Tanya. You'd be the honorary perfect match. You two have fun now, and play nice. Hey, don't leave me in here with this boy crazy gladiator!
When's Yukio GX?
It's coming.
That's the school they're at.
Tanya, sultry like. The term is Amazon, but I forgive you because I love you.
Cena, wait!
Bye. In Raw Zone, Michael Cole and King are laughing.
They always are.
Michael Cole and King are belly rubbing.
Slapping their bare stomachs.
That's vintage Sheamus, Cole.
Looks like Sheamus found himself in some Irish pickle.
That was priceless. JR.
I don't think Sheamus found it so funny, let alone The Miz.
I don't know how she could turn the Miz down. Cult of Personality blares in the arena as the bully of the WWE comes out and makes his presence known. The crowd has a mixed reaction, mostly because 90% of the people can't stand him. We are live in the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, where 21,000 WWE fans are in attendance tonight. Don't look now, but CM Punk has another pipe bomb in his hands.
Before I get down to business, let me just say that I've been getting a lot of angry emails of what happened on last Monday, and personally, I could give a rat's ass about that. Now, on to business.
Then why'd you bring it up?
Just to show that he doesn't give a rat's ass.
Being epic.
At Night of Champions in 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna beat Triple H, and when I do, then I will be able to facilitate change around here.
I'm gonna beat my meat.
Crowd boos, but some start chanting his name.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I will personally make sure that public enemy number 1, Naruto Uzumaki, will no longer be welcome here when I become COO of this company. You'll thank me later for this.
A child?
Crowd roars into boos. And Cole says, "Good! It's about time!" King panicked. "That's cruelty to the Narutards!"
Let's go.
When was this written?
I don't know.
Narutards is a very 2010 thing to say.
2011.
Yeah, let's
That's
go.
about right.
Love Will Find a Way by Christina Aguilera blares in the arena as Tanya's Titantron appears and the crowd is on their feet with cheering for the boy crazy Amazon. She grooves her way to the ring. CM Punk, while Tanya's music is still blaring.
And why does everybody have to interrupt me when I'm talking?
Cole, parentheses, sweat drops. Oh boy. King, sweating, pees his pants. It's hard to miss a
Why?
That's 7 feet of pure woman. If that's not sex appeal, I don't know what
Why are they peeing their pants when they
Because
see
the author
women?
doesn't know what cum is.
Okay. The first time he said wet his pants.
No, I love this author. They're the one that writes all the Digimons or all the WWE stuff.
Oh, okay.
They have good taste in the women's division, I'll give him that.
Tanya, would you put a lid on it? Crowd cheers. CM Punk sarcastically, why don't you go play Dance Dance Revolution? Crowd cheers and boos. Tanya sarcastically, nice comeback, asshole.
Nice come, asshole.
Except they had to bleep it, so it says asshole. CM Punk, first off, don't ever interrupt me. Second, that music you come out to, what, Christina Aguilera? Which, by the way, makes every boy in America want to vomit. Author's note, no it doesn't. The men in the crowd boo.
Damn. Author slammed him.
The author is every member of the crowd. Tanya, it's a lot better than having to hear a psychotic moron like you. Psychotic? I'm a sociopath, thank you very much. Unlike a psychopath, I know what I do is wrong and put by the government or by Triple H. Equally as powerful.
Play Yu-Gi-Oh!
And I just don't care because I want to facilitate change here. Oh, please. You sound like almost 90% of the men I end up on blind dates with. You aren't even husband material.
That's an insult towards yourself. Oh my god.
And another thing, you should be locked up in jail for the things you do. I'm still here, aren't I?
Time to play the game!
Oh no.
The crowd cheers for the COO of WWE, Triple H. Some bow before him. Cool.
Bow in
What's
their
Triple
seat.
H doing out here? Hopefully put CM Punk in his place. Take CM Punk's credit card while you're at it, Triple H. Triple H. Well, Tanya, I assume that you have a partner in Sheamus. Meanwhile, in the locker room, Sheamus is hogtied. Sheamus angry. I never agreed to that! Her tiger bass growls at him viciously. She has a tiger?
I can't remember. What the fuck?
Back in the Raw. Oh, she has a tiger holding Sheamus in place when he's hogtied.
Oh, okay.
Back in the Raw zone, CM Punk laughs hysterically. Tanya blushes in anger and embarrassment, mainly due to Punk being a complete and total jackass.
I want Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, please.
It's coming! Probably.
How is it spelled? Her name?
Tania.
Okay.
CM Punk. Sheamus? Of all people? Next you want Berto to be your bankroll. CM Punk continues to laugh hysterically as the crowd boos at CM Punk. Triple H. Screw it. You want his head on a silver platter? Go for it. The crowd is cheering. What are you gonna do? Hug me to death? Cena comes out with a very serious look on his face. He gets in Punk's face. Cena. You ran your mouth and once again, you humiliate another guest host. A woman! No less. I was gonna request Alberto Del Rio's face bashing, but tonight I'll settle for kicking your ass to teach you to respect women. That okay with you, boss? Go for it. Punk, just so you know, I'm taking your credit card and I'm not responsible for what happens to you tonight.
I'm not responsible for the purchases on your credit card.
CM Punk angry. Come on, why my credit card? I need that to buy food this week. Triple H, or crowd cheers as Triple H leaves the ring. The bell rings. Cole, oh boy, I think Punk bit off more than he could chew. Hell yeah! I'll get to watch my new favorite diva in action. Need I remind you she doesn't work here? Oh, I think Tanya's from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I think so. Because when I looked up Tanya, I got one of the wrestlers' wives. I didn't really get a in-ring performer.
Look up Tanya Yu-Gi-Oh! So we can put this to rest.
I guess that's where it finally comes in.
I wonder if Jaden pieced his pants in
Oh,
front
they
of
did
Tanya.
mention the Amazonian thing earlier.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like a Garuda woman.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
damn. Let's
Mhm.
go. All right.
Well, now we know.
Hell
Now we
yeah.
know where the crossover is.
She's strong.
She's beautiful. Holy shit. I love her.
So, she's still a diva. Fighting ensues as you can hear CM Punk scream in pain as the crowd cheering. Tanya is sitting on Punk's back. Tanya, forget business. This one's personal. She farts on him.
Okay.
Oh,
I've
no.
heard enough.
Then picks him up and gives him a wedgie, making Punk scream in more agony. The crowd roars into laughter as the referee tells her to quit it. Cool. Come on, that should have a disqualification. King, what? I didn't see anything. Do you have one contact in your eye, Cole? That'll leave you hurting for certain. Cena goes for the attitude adjustment. Tanya hits Punk with her version of the burning hammer, Amazon
Oh my
Supple.
god!
She calls that the Amazon Supple, the burning hammer she just used.
Jesus Christ.
The ref tells her, why is... That's a lot more upsetting to know that this Yu-Gi-Oh! GX character comes out to Christina Aguilera. The ref tells them to back off and calls for the fight. The bell rings. Justin Roberts, the winner of this bout, the Amazoness Tiger, Tanya, and John Cena. Love Will Find a Way blares as the crowd cheers, but suddenly the light goes out and a strange message appears on the Titantron.
That's the move she did.
Ah,
It's an attitude adjustment, but inverted, so you're landing on your head.
That's the strange text on the Titantron. I know what you did. I'm coming for you. You die. I know what you did. I'm coming for you. My name will be known at Night of Champions. 9/18/11. The light turns back on. CM Punk has a horrified look on his face for the first time in his pathetic life.
Jeez.
What did we just see? Don't know, but I have a bad feeling about this. I agree with you. And?
whoa.
I'm glad.
Tanya's cool. I like her.
So I rate that using a move before it was banned out of 10.
As a lot of just wrestling content, so I'm not really sure how I feel about it.
True.
I rate that WWE X Amazon.
I rate that story 2 pissed pairs of pants.
That was a good point.
Yeah.
They did do that. That was interesting. Hogtied Sheamus with his pants full of piss. Gross.
With a tiger to keep him at bay.
God damn.
Like how Triple H is just setting her up on blind dates with random superstars.
She knocked the Miz the fuck out.
She did punch him because he wasn't husband material.
Whose turn is it to pick next week?
Mine.
Next week.
Ooh, shit.
What's the topic?
We're back in the spooky times, boys. Creepypasta number 4. Because I love
Whoa.
creepypastas.
Hell yeah, let's
Yes.
go.
Very exciting.
You can't see, but I turned the light from yellow to red in the room to simulate fear. Are you scared?
I am.
Am I allowed to write my own creepypasta?
No.
Okay. What if I get it popular on Reddit?
Sure. If you...
I still don't know how to use Reddit, but I'll figure it out.
Reddit can be annoying with all the tagging and shit.
I was trying to make some posts when I made my Corey video, and there's so many rules in every board about what you can post if you're posting on anything like fairly popular. So that's annoying.
Yeah, like the flare system is messed up because like you'll get done writing something or whatever and you'll have it set just right, but then you'll post it, but because you don't understand how their flares work, it'll upload, but then it'll immediately get taken down by a bot saying you didn't flare it. No.
I hate that.
I don't know if I've ever used Reddit more than like a single Google search of like a topic. I've never delved into a Reddit thread.
Back when it was like bigger than it is now, I used to use it to see like what hentai characters were like hot at the moment. But like,
Who was the hottest of all?
I would see a lot of Overwatch like when I was using it in like 2016, 2017. I still have it like tagged and whatnot. I was like the moderator of Polygrumps for a while, so like I kind of had to.
The
But
glory days.
yeah, they removed me as moderator. I don't know when, but it happened.
Because you clearly weren't doing your part.
I clearly was not part of the community anymore.
You fucking said, listen! Ego Raptor said it makes my willy confused. And I like the guy well enough, I suppose. So buzz off!
I said, look here, the Game Grumps are boring to me now. I'm done.
Yeah. They're alright. But it's one of those things where, like, somebody's, like, sense of humor doesn't really change, or their personalities don't change over, like, 7 years.
Mm.
And it's like, oh, you want more.
Eventually you can understand, like, what their reaction to something is gonna be, so it's not as, like, impactful as it once was. Then, like, they did kind of go, like, crazy in their heyday, when they had, like, all the different shows and stuff going on at once.
And JonTron punched Susie. But she deflected it and punched him in the eye.
We don't know that for sure. That's just Ross's take.
That's just a theory.
The gamer theory.
A Game Grump theory. Thank you guys for listening to the show. YouTube, Spotify, Twitter. We've got other shows. As of recording, just yesterday, Honey Pop tier list went out. It's great. Check it out if you haven't already. There'll be new Manga Mondays, of course. On
Yes.
part two of your
By now, part 2 of the Fujimoto Tatsuki videos will be out, covering all of his one-shots before Chainsaw Man, and then 2 weeks from that will be the big Chainsaw Man video, and then I'll compile that all into one, like, final cut on my personal channel or something.
final mix.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Steven, you're making some YouTube poops or something?
Yeah, I'm working on some content.
Epic. I can't wait. Thanks for listening. Have a nice night. Share us with your friends. If you or a celebrity you know would like to come on the show, Twitter DM us. Steven said he's going to get the Zontan to come on the show.
That'd be crazy.
We will see.
Does-
That would be awesome, though.
Does Zontan even use his voice anywhere?
No, Zontan's the mascot
Oh.
because
Yeah.
Zone doesn't
Zone's
speak
not
at all. Despite being a fairly successful streamer, they don't speak.
Yeah, like he's on. Yeah, like he's even on like VR chat pretty
Mhm.
often, and like I think it's someone else doing the voice of the robot he has.
Interesting.
Yeah, and if he doesn't have that, he's like writing things out, which is very funny.
Impressive gag.
Yeah, he's doing it big,
Okay.
just like us. We're doing it big. 2021, the year of infinite content.
It's true. It's true.
Nice. Bye.
Bye.